Hey, happy Monday. Well, I got to start off and admit that I told you a story last time. I thought that we would be able to update you on the Chris Dontel, Megan Jackson case. That case is still going on. It went into Friday, and the judge had something he had to do today that didn't involve Megan Jackson. So we'll start back up again tomorrow, Tuesday. And that case should wrap up, I would think, Tuesday. It should have wrapped up last week, but it's kind of dragged along, and a lot of you have been watching it on Court TV or some of the live streams. So just know we're doing everything that we can do to keep it on pace and keep it moving. And we're at the finish line now. So the state's pretty much over with what we've got to prove. If there is any other witnesses, it would be very short witnesses. But our part, it could be as little as closing statements and the judge's charge, or it could be, the defense could put up something. They don't have to. It's not incumbent upon them to put up anything, but we'll see. So that we should be finished and let you know by next Monday, but a lot of you are following online, and that's still going on, but a slight reprieve today. Also last week, one that was on the trial roster, an Horry County woman got 20 years in a felony DUI case. Her name is Viney Martinez. She's 45 years old, of Gallivan's Ferry. It's felony DUI. So DUI is drinking and driving and being too intoxicated to drive, and you get a ticket. If you get into a wreck, it could go one of three ways. It could be felony DUI with just bodily, damage, little stuff. It could be serious bodily damage, like you broke a pelvis or something, or it could be with death. And all of those penalties are a little bit different. With death, it carries from 1 year to 25 years. Ms. Martinez got a 20-year sentence on that, which is up at the higher end. She had a blood alcohol concentrate of 0.154. That's almost double the legal limit in South Carolina. But Elizabeth Bryant did a wonderful job with this. Did not go to trial. There will be appeals, but the appeals will be on the plea. It won't be on the trial. It was prepared for trial. There were some hiccups with the trial. If we were to have gone to trial, it certainly wouldn't have been as cut and dry as this. But felony DUI, it's one of those things that we get crucified on comments. Sometimes it really does show the extent of how every case is a little bit different. And it's always up to the judges. Hear me, we try to be transparent. We try to tell you everything that's going on. And a lot of people want to argue about it. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm telling you that is what happened. Sometimes judges give 3 or 4 years, and everybody lights up. That's a slap on the wrist. That's too little. Sometimes judges give 20 years. Everybody lights up. That's too much. I've yet to see anybody comment, "Jimmy, you got it just right," or "The judge, spot on judge." But it's from 1 year to 25 years. And especially with felony DUIs, you will have, it's not like a murder case where you go out, you lay in wait and hide in a ditch with a scope waiting on somebody to walk up, and then you purposefully shoot them in the head. I'm not justifying it. I'm telling you that there's a lot more in these than on your general B&E auto or your general murder or anything in between. And you'll see a wider range of sentences. And sometimes if you were to ask me over on the side, what do you think? I might say that's too little, or that's too much, or whatever. But that's why they don't put Jimmy as the as the judge. It's not where the police get all of the say or the defense attorney gets all the say. The judge is pretty much a referee, and they hear the presentation, whether it's through a trial or through a plea, and they hear the other side, especially in a plea, and then they make a determination. And some judges are more prone to be lighter sentencers, some are more heavy sentencers. So anyway, Ms. Martinez, who is 45, got 20 years. She'll have to serve about 85% of that before she's eligible for parole. And unfortunately, with a felony DUI, somebody lost their life. So it's very serious, and that's why when we're telling you over and over and over at Super Bowl weekend and New Year's Eve and 4th of July, and anytime you would be more apt to drink and be on the road, it really ain't worth it. Even if you got the smaller DUI. I mean, it's a $3,000 bond to get out of jail. It's at least $5,000 for an attorney. It's SR 22, which is about $600 a month, coming out to thousands of dollars in insurance increase. So you're talking losing your license. All of those things, and your ability to work, come together, and it's probably about $15,000 worth of damage, all for failing to plan to use Uber or a Lyft or a designated driver. It's just one of those that I'm telling you, Miss Martinez did not set out to kill anybody on that day, yet she's going to pull 20 years for it. Now, finally, and this is highlighting our continued collaboration with our federal partners. I just met with them last Wednesday, and we work with them basically on a daily basis. And what we're doing is we're figuring out, for lack of a better word, we're figuring out what is best for the citizens of Horry County. Would it be in federal court? Would it be in state court? Because we've dedicated from our office 3 U.S. attorneys to work in the federal offices so that they can put on their federal hat and be a U.S. attorney, or they can put on their state hat and be a state attorney. Anyway, in this case, this ended up being a trial, and Vincent Wilson and Irvin Smith, both in their 50s, both from Florida, actually was just passing through our area, or say they were passing through our area, with 500 grams of cocaine. And that is going to end up being an extended stay because they were prosecuted in our federal court for trafficking about a half kilo of cocaine. Both of them were convicted, and both of them will be sentenced by Judge Sherry Lyden, and they're looking at up to 40 years in prison. So it's again, it's a lot to I don't know that they're going to get 40 years, but this is coming from our partnership with DEA, with the FBI, with our federal partners at the U.S. Attorney's Office, where we're trying to get some of these cases taken federally. The vast majority of them will stay here in the state, but great work to all involved, and to Liz Smith on that DUI. I'll be back next Monday to give you hopefully a heads up on this coroner case that should wrap up.